We like to have ourselves a little trivia smackdown. I need a little smack noise, like a whack. And this is where Patty and I test each other's knowledge of whatever the compass word might be, and the word is fall today, as we just mentioned. And so, Patty, I let you go first, as always.
So your turn. You go first this time.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
No, if you want, I'll break the trend. No, you know what? It's Patty's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
And so, Patty, you have to go first. So
Okay.
Go ahead and ask away.
In keeping with our fall theme and the upcoming segment on California fall color,
Yes.
in the fall, why do the leaves on the trees change color, Randall White?
I know it has something to do, like the colors are actually in the leaves all the time, but they're blocked by something. And it's one of those words like, I just ran out of time. It starts with a C.
Yeah, they are blocked by something. So shorter days, less sunlight, less water. Photosynthesis slows down, and there's less chlorophyll. And that's what gives them their green color and masks other components in the leaves that are the true colors really start to come out in fall.
So I'm just going to have to give myself that because I couldn't come up with the word chlorophyll. All right, Patty, how is the harvest moon determined? It is the harvest moon is, well, I'll just let you guess.
Okay,
How's
the harvest moon is, I believe, the biggest. It's the closest at that point, right? The biggest moon. Is that right? No?
No, I'm sorry, Patty. The harvest moon is the full moon. So you're right. It's full,
Right,
but it's not necessarily the largest. Like the moon's not closer to the Earth as it. We just had one of those kind. I forget what those are called. But at any rate, it is the full moon that appears closest to the autumnal equinox, which happened yesterday morning. It's called a super harvest moon if it falls on the same day as the first day of fall. So had there been a full moon yesterday, it would have been a super harvest
And there
moon.
definitely was not a full moon.
No.
Oh, okay.
This year, the harvest moon occurs on September the 29th, so that's just a few days away. It's this Thursday, actually, evening into Friday. The harvest moon is also known as the wine moon. I love that, especially in these neck of the woods, right? The singing moon, the blue corn moon, and the elk call moon. Can you give us your best elk call, Patty?
Not
at all. Anyway, there's your harvest moon details.
Okay, interesting. All right, so back to fall leaves.
Okay.
So we were talking about how chlorophyll masks their color. So what gives the leaves their red color? Some leaves start to appear red in the fall. And what is that from?
So we've already talked about the chlorophyll.
So it's not chlorophyll. Something else. It's food. It's glucose that becomes trapped in the dying leaf. And the brown is from waste that's trapped in the dying leaf.
So it's the glucose is what turns.
It doesn't get to go back to the tree as the leaf starts to be cut off from the tree. The process slows down, and you see the red.
Okay, I wouldn't have known that. I just, but that's interesting because I love fall color, and I can't wait to speak with our guests later this hour about
learn more about where to see it in California.
Some of the hot spots, exactly. Yeah. And so the term fall, Patty, is a shortened version of an old English expression, fall of the leaf. So that used to be the expression,
right?
That's why we say fall. We just dropped off the of the leaf portion.
And it became just fall.
To describe the season. Prior to the fall of the leaf expression, what was the season called?
And I read something about this when I was looking for my trivia question, so I believe that one of the alternate was fall of the year, but I don't know if that preceded it.
No. Sorry, Patty.
What is it?
Harvest. It was just called the harvest
season. It's called harvest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So as English spread to the New World, so it was called harvest in Britain and English-speaking countries at that time. And then they started saying fall of the leaf. It became popular, and then they dropped the of the leaf, and it just became fall. But as we came over to settle the United States, fall of the leaf was popular at that time. So we kept saying fall here in the U.S., right? But then in Britain, that dropped out of fashion, and they started saying autumn. And so if you travel over to Europe, almost exclusively they say
it's referred
autumn.
to as autumn.
They almost never say fall, even though that expression started there.
Interesting.
And then in the United States, you hear autumn from time to time, but far more often you hear fall. So that's sort of interesting, I thought.
That is interesting.
Anyway, Patty, we have about, can you get one of yours out
really
in 30
quickly,
seconds?
What do fall leaves have in common with purple grapes and red apples?
They happen the same time of year?
It's the anthocyanin pigment that gives them their color that occurs in red apples and purple grapes and autumn leaves.
Really? Okay. So you're a wealth, Patty.
I did my homework.
By the way, Anthony has that sound for us. We'll use it next week. The sort of the smackdown sound. Okay, stick around, everyone, because up next, we're talking a very special type of apple here in California and an effort to save it. Back in a moment.